to T and Reconnecting. My name's T, and this is
And I'm Ree. Yeah. Hello,
And
everyone.
today, oh, sorry, I always cut you off. I'll get it one day. We should have like a scripted, hello and the housekeeping they call it. So yeah, please hit the like button as you come in. What else are you meant to say? Yeah, subscribe if you're not subscribed. I don't even think there's anyone here at the moment. Oh, we've got one person watching.
Oh,
That's
lovely.
okay.
That's the beginning. That's the beginning.
Yeah, that's okay. So today we're gonna oh, hey Jenny, how you going? I just saw Jenny in Clearwater Chad's parody or whatever he was doing. I don't even know the character he was doing. Yes, today we're going to react to a video that was on a couple of weeks ago that Serge did with Miriam. Miriam joined him. Basically, I haven't watched it, so hey Lisa P. Yeah, so you can take it away, Ree.
Lovely. Well, welcome everyone, and as T has said, we're going to watch a video. Well, we're not watching all of it. We're just going to watch some parts that I've chosen. The reason why I really want to do this video with you, T, is because it's about Scientology in Australia. And they really, Miriam and Serge really did focus on some areas that Australia is responsible for and needs to really take responsibility for their part in the bigger picture of Scientology.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the video was quite long. It was nearly 2 hours long, and there was a certain area that we're going to focus on today. We'll get to it in a little while, but it's an area where Miriam raises an article written by Marty Rathburn. That's 31 Factors from Marty Rathburn. And we're going to focus on that area of the video. So, but to start it off, let's just watch together Miriam and Serge getting on screen together, and then we'll listen to a like a declaration that they
okay.
written. Really good.
I've watched bits and pieces of it. Hello, Brian. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. So you've got these clips all in order. Are they all in order?
They'll do.
Well, the first one I've got here, it's Serge in the picture in the little preview bit there.
That's right.
All right, so I add that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have
very terrific. Okay, so we'll watch this, and it goes for about 4 or 5 minutes.
No worries. Hey, Electric Boogaloo.
Good friend of the channel, none other than the amazing, the wonderful Miss Miriam Francis. Hello, Miriam.
Hi, Serge. So nice to be here.
It's so been good a minute.
Yeah, it's been a little while, so it's really good to sort of like come back and chat to you about these topics that are so important to us. They're so near and dear to our hearts, and and it's just So I'm really looking forward to this conversation.
Definitely. Well, you guys, this conversation has to do with what just Miriam said, something that's very near and dear to our hearts, which is the continued advocacy for the kids that are stuck inside the Scientology hotels. And in this case, we are going to be speaking about the country of origin that Miriam is from, because, well, we wanted to read this little prepared statement that we made to kind of just get into what we wanted to make without having to go all over the place. So here's what we wanted to say about Australia. So Australia, so-called bastion of law and justice, has blood on its hands. It was within your borders that Scientology found the legal refuge it so desperately needed to disguise itself as a religion. You were the first to provide the cult with a roadmap. And in doing so, you became the architects of a loophole that allowed one of the most sinister organizations in modern history to escape the scrutiny it deserved. In your courts, in your legislative halls, the groundwork was laid.
It's just a glitch here.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah, I remember. Yeah, yeah.
It comes back.
Oh, you might have frozen, Serge.
It's always funny when people freeze.
I know.
It's not long now.
All right, you guys.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Our stream
You're back.
is it's having some glitches, and Nora was having these glitches as well a little bit before. So thank you for hanging in there with us.
That's okay.
As we were saying, L. Ron Hubbard's followers seized upon this legal framework, using it to entrench themselves in positions of power and influence while making the horrific abuses they inflicted on those least able to defend themselves, the kids. The children were groomed, manipulated, and enslaved, their innocence stolen under the guise of religious doctrine. And their innocence is not coming back. All the while, your laws provide the shield for that innocence to be stolen. Australia is a nation that claims to champion human rights and the rule of law, but it has failed its own children and, by extension, countless of others around the world. You allowed Scientology to exploit the very principles you purport to hold dear: freedom of religion, freedom from prosecution, and twisted them into tools of oppression. You enabled this cult to commoditize vulnerable kids, to turn children into compliant slaves, and while hiding behind a veneer of legality. And for what? The so-called right to believe? At what cost? And who is paying that price? Your failure to protect those who could not protect themselves has not only stained your own legacy, but has emboldened Scientology to continue its abusive practices globally. Your courts set a precedent that allowed this organization to spread its tentacles worldwide, using the same legal tricks and loopholes that you so graciously provided. The result: countless lives destroyed, families torn apart, and children subjected to unspeakable horrors, all because you gave them the tools to do so. Australia, you must reckon with the legacy that you have created. The children who were sacrificed on the altar of Scientology's lies deserve justice, and the world is watching, and history will not be kind to those who stood idly while the most vulnerable kids inside the Scientology hotels were exploited. It is time for Australia to own up to its role in this travesty and to take a stand against the abuses that you have helped to propagate. Until you do, your claim to be a nation of laws and justice will remain a hollow, bitter irony, remembered not for your values, but for your failure to uphold them. So that is...
Pause there.
Okay, yeah.
Like it's quite a mouthful that Serge has said, but I just love that when we, as in Australia, we gave them religious standing, that changed Scientology from then on, you know, and it set a precedent that is still active today, and he's calling them out, which is pretty big. Yeah.
Can I comment on, so just for people that don't know the actual history of that, do you mind if I just sort of do a little recap on that? So what happened? So L. Ron Hubbard came over to Australia in 1955, and they had the International Association of Scientologists or something a bit longer than that. Anyway, they actually started off as a psychological science kind of group thing. They had all the e-meters and everything. They were doing all the Dianetics and stuff like that. And people started complaining. People were getting, you know, schizophrenic and all going troppo and everything. So then the Anderson inquiry was launched, and they actually did manage to ban Scientology in Australia with South Australia, WA, and Victoria. I believe Victoria was something like 7 years they banned it for. And then WA was 4 years, and South Australia, I think, was 5 years. And then Scientology brought up a big, they fought it and everything. They went to the Supreme Court and they won. Before that, they changed it to a religion. That's when they changed it to a religion, and then they fought it. Yeah, and they won, so that's what they're referring to, what Serge is talking about. And who knows what went on behind the scenes, but at the end of the day, I do feel like Australia has failed the kids and all the people that have been abused within the church, and it shouldn't. And so, we have tried to fight that. Do you want me to mention Nick Xenophon, or are you going to go on to that? Or
no, you can do that. Yeah.
So Nick Xenophon, he tried to fight that back in 2008, 2010, around there. And he tried to get another inquiry launched. And the government's response was, after years of, he stood up in Parliament and everything, he really did a lot of work. The government's response was, we can't do that. We'll be seen as attacking a religion. So they're hiding behind this religious status. And I think I wish we had someone like Serge to be speaking this way back then, a survivor of the childhood abuse. And that's what's different about it now, is we've got these survivors of the childhood abuse coming forward, and speaking about it. So maybe we'll have a better chance this time around, because that's what we want to get back into, don't we? We want to try everything we can to get another inquiry launched. So anyway, I'll stop now. Hi JD, nice to see you.
So one of the things that Miriam goes on and talks about is she talks quite extensively about Nick Xenophon and the challenges that he experienced in going up against Scientology at that time, and also who was involved with sort of behind the scenes. And later in the video that I just showed you, she raises I want to get this on the screen, actually. She brings up this piece of...
Oh, the same one again, or... Oh, no.
No, sorry, I'm just getting it now.
Talking about our stories and talking about what the real problem...
That's right.
Yeah? You want to play it? Oh, for some reason, I can play it. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Are and what are the continued impacts to children that they're continue to experience today, and the efforts to put a stop to that harm. So it really requires the masses to get behind it, not just Senator Xenophon and Carmen Rayner, not just Brian Seymour, and you know what I mean. Like it's gonna have to take thousands of people crying out for the same thing, demanding. There's the book 1985 by George Orwell. There's a line in there. It's like the power is with the proles, which is basically to say the power is with the people. And the thing is that the people have to wake up and realize that the power is with them. And when you can get a movement that's heading towards being, I think we're going to get stronger and stronger, and we can get louder and louder. And there's power in that. The power is with the people. The power is with us.
Beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's our gorgeous woman speaking her truth. And what I wanted to bring up, if you can take that down and put the piece of writing up, the 31 factors from Marty Rathbone.
Yeah, okay. I haven't read these, so.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what makes Never-Ends an important part of this, because there are, I think somebody said the other day, there are more Never-Ends than there are ex-members or something.
Yep.
Really, if we can get them all rounded up, then we could maybe make a difference. I hope so. Yeah.
Now, how do I get this to show properly? Sorry,
bloody technology.
I know. So Miriam brought up this 31 factors from Marty Rathbone, and why she did this was because if you look at the date here, it's 25th of May 2010, and it was around those times that the all the inquiries were happening in Australia, and it was very, very important. And if you remember, Marty Rathbun and Mike Rinder were both out of Scientology at this time. And this piece was written and by Marty and then put on Rinder's blog. And if you look at this first part, it just shows you where their head was at, that they are going to be no help to an inquiry against Scientology when their thinking is like this. So I'll just read this out. Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard discovered methodologies that can enhance self-determinism, increase freedom of choice, and bring about higher states of awareness and beingness to those who practice them.
Yeah. So they were, because they were independent for a while after they left. So they're obviously they're still believing in it, you know.
Exactly right. The next one, let's just go through a couple. I think the first 3 or 4. Hubbard developed a method of confession that includes unconditional forgiveness and results in more able, happy, and peaceful beings. And there's the ethics system that an individual can apply himself to improve his worth to himself and his fellows. So Miriam was relating to us. I'll get that off the screen now if you like. Miriam was relating to us exactly what you've just said there, T, that their mentality at this time was
still in.
Absolutely still in. And the rest of the document, and we're going to listen to a bit of what Miriam's got to say about that in a second. The rest of the document, they just demonize David Miscavige. The 31 points are all about that David's a tyrant and diabolical and he needs to be got rid of to save this technology, right? To save this amazing technology that Hubbard wrote. So
there were a lot of people that left and became independents. You know, they were very angry. Most of them were when it happened when Miscavige took over, when Ron died, because he started to change a lot of things. Yeah,
definitely. So I'll play another clip while I find where Miriam starts talking about it. Go to any one of those clips, pop it up, and we'll listen to more.
Talking about our stories and talking about what the real problems are and what are the continued impacts to children that they're continue to experience today, and
this is the same one, isn't it?
Harm. So it really requires the masses to get behind it, not just Senator Xenophon and Carmen Rainer, not just Brian Seymour and.
We are reclaiming our voice, and yes, we are not in agreement that we were co-opted and we were the people that you made us be for you. We couldn't be more repulsed by what's taking place. And the fact that it's still going on with kids. And yes, in Australia, a country that purports to be all about freedom and this and that, slavery is alive and well. And yes, in America, a country that says, oh yeah, we're really going to type it in our constitution, slavery's been abolished. BS. United States of America, you made child slavery great again. So congratulations on that. Congratulations on carving yourself a loophole. Congratulations on the law as a profession having such a crisis of credibility. Because with what kind of 2 sides of your mouth you can go, we really do abolish slavery and it's very illegal. And then you go make your backroom deals with the IRS so that child slavery can be brought back to the shores. Because for the 10th billionth time, adult slavery from adults that want to be doing that work, that want to be treated like shit, that want to be in that disgusting, dysfunctional dynamic is not illegal. You cannot save somebody that is hell bent in being part of that.
Yeah. No one can say it like Serge, that's for sure. And it's hard to listen to, but it's the truth. He talks about it, and it's Now, I want to jump to where Miriam starts talking about these 31 factors, and just let us listen to what she's got to say. So if you can pop that on the screen again, and I'll start that.
Okay.
And the point I want to drill home is like, let's recognize what's happened, what's, sort of come before us, and realize we still have so much that we can do. Okay. Yeah, here we go. And we won't spend a lot of time on this. I just want to hit some highlights, and everyone can sort of go back to this if it's something that interests them. Just Google it. 31 Factors from Marty Rathbun. This is an article posted by Mike Rinder, May 25th, 2010. And just if I can just skip through a bit of this, but basically to start it off with, he's saying Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard discovered methodologies that can enhance self-determinism, increase freedom of choice, and bring about higher states of awareness and beingness to those who practice them. Hubbard developed a method of confession that includes unconditional forgiveness and results in more able, happy, and peaceful beings. Hubbard developed an ethics system that an individual can apply to himself to improve his worth to himself. Anyways, it goes on and on. It's basically saying like Scientology and Hubbard, they're amazing, they're incredible, and just like, change your life, help and heal the world and the people. Okay, so we go down from there. These are the points that they're wanting to drill home. So if we go down below where it's like 1, then it becomes all about David Miscavige. The whole rest of the points are Scientology has been taken over by a self-appointed dictator, David Miscavige, who has basically subverted Scientology and reversed it. What does it say? It says instituted the virtual practice of reverse Black Dianetics. So Miscavige has basically squirreled Scientology. And then in his quest to attain power, Miscavige forcibly removed no less than 4. And it goes on and on and on. Like then number 3 is like, since securing his position of power, the statistics of Scientology have steadily decreased. And basically this is all Miscavige's fault. Now, again, you have to realize this is the same time period that the FBI was doing their investigation. You had these people. These are the people that were giving the information to the FBI. They were saying, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the narrative. Scientology is totally fine.
Right.
Doesn't do anything bad. Oh, good. The beliefs and the practices. And I thought I was doing something good. But it's David Miscavige. He's the bad guy. And he does all the bad things. And this is the narrative that has been going on for years and years and years. And that's what we have to do a lot of work to change and to correct. But I do encourage anyone to go and read that.
Like, let's really, like, in the words of...
I'll pause it there, but we will keep longer through that. But how good did she just summarize all that?
Yeah, no, I see what you're getting at. Yeah, I see what you're getting at. And I think maybe a few people might have missed that,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was around the time they went to the FBI. I thought they'd been again when the whole Leah Remini. Well, when did the Leah Remini thing come out?
That was 16 that was recorded, 16, 17, 18, yeah.
Yeah, right.
So later. But Miriam only found this the day of this thing.
She told us in the hotel, didn't she? I remember her saying, "Oh my God."
Blown away because like finally she had the some physical evidence, if you like, or a receipt, of this is their mindset. And like the fluff up job of this piece of fluffing up that Scientology is a great technology that needs saving from David Miscavige. That's what the article is saying. Now, what we're going to continue to listen to, trigger warning, there's an explicit thing coming up where Serge calls out Marty Rathbun for abuse. That's coming up. But it needs to be said. These things need
to be heard. Yeah.
Right.
People need to know the sincerity of it. The seriousness of it. Like
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Then that's why we're only dealing with this last 10 minutes of this video, and that's our show tonight. But just let's listen up for a little bit longer, because there's a lot of important information that gets said through this little period, and I'll pause it when need to. Okay.
Marty Rathbun, regurgitated by Mike Rinder, who has not taken this down, supporting the narrative. Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard discovered methodologies that can enhance self-determinism. Are you stupid? Are you
trying to sell us Scientology? Like, what the hell? Why is this even in this space? Like,
self-determinism. In what world, Marty Rathbun, disgusting Marty Rathbun, in what world is a child becoming more self-determining by getting locked up inside of a hotel? If you want to make that case about you and your adult bodies, that we're all about this disgusting methodology that you pitch with a straight face after you left the hotel, mind you, after you had time to decompress from all the disgusting things you normalize inside of there, and then you write this piece of bullshit. Oh, yeah, they're going to enhance self-determinism, increase freedom of choice. In what world was our choice being increased by having our passport locked up while you were interrogating me in a bank vault, Marty Rathbun? Because that would be great for you to start typing how you helped me achieve more freedom of choice and self-determinism by locking me up in a disgusting vault and having your way with me, as you very well know. So...
Okay, let's pause there. I just heard what I just heard. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, I have not heard that before.
I know. I know. It's very serious.
Marty Rathbun was the one that was screaming in the child auditor's ears, apparently, what to say, sick things, to be more sick, to be more grotesque. So that it surprises me, because I haven't heard it before, obviously, but he seems to be a very sick individual, and the fact that they're saying they're giving them freedom of choice and all of this, it's the opposite. They're suppressing all of the things they're supposed to be enhancing. They're suppressing, and that's what Hubbard has done since the beginning. Everything he has promised, everything he has said, it's the opposite. It's the same with the human rights bullshit. You know, how can you be promoting human rights when you've got slaves in the Sea Org?
Yeah,
you know?
when you're taking
it's all back to front. It just infuriates me.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's keep going, because there's more. Like they really have a it's a good end of the video. Let's watch.
Yeah.
It is in their own words. Their delusions are not hidden. The delusions are not, hiding anywhere. It's literally here. Hubbard developed a method of confession that includes unconditional forgiveness. Well, there you go, you guys. Here's from Marty Rathbun himself. The unconditional forgiveness of pedophiles is what Marty Rathbun really wanted to say. Since Marty Rathbun was himself the one that sent the self-admitted pedophile to go be my twin in the RPF. So again, these MFers really want to go, unconditional forgiveness. Aren't we such the goody two-shoes here? Unconditional forgiveness for self-admitted felons. Marty Rathbun, you by all means start typing something to make that make sense to the U.S. government. That's it. Type it to the U.S. government. Why I gave unconditional forgiveness to all self-admitted PDF files that were coming to the hotel by Marty Rathbun. Why I allowed and got all the info from the PDF files at OSA to really crisis manage as needed, Mike Rinder. Why I, Debbie Cook, spent hundreds of thousands of dollars giving these self-admitted PDF files ways for them to circumvent the law after I became an accessory to their crime by mode of getting all the info put on a piece of paper, written and transcribed, and also video recorded so we could really watch. Rewind again Okay. Oh, look, he just said that he essayed that girl on the second floor of the Coachman building in the bathroom, and that underage girl was giving him a blowjob, and that she blew him for 3 minutes straight. And it happened this many times, and they use a lot of saliva to get it all lubricated. That's the level of details these people were interested. That is the level of details that this man is saying. Unconditional forgiveness is an L. Ron Hubbard amazing thing that we really have to preach here and really tell everyone about, so that the FBI doesn't come after us, Ghislaine Maxwell's on steroids of David Miscavige that we all were. Because if we revisit this little thing, this is what in the hell is giving. Here's Ghislaine Maxwell on steroids, Marty Rathbun, making a case why Jeffrey Epstein did this, why Jeffrey Epstein did that, why Jeffrey Epstein did blah, why Jeffrey Epstein did blah. Well, you, Ghislaine Maxwell, Marty Rathbun, were bringing the kids to the hotel.
Yeah.
I've got to pause it there, because that analogy of Ghislaine Maxwell is so powerful.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. It's really, I'm really disturbed, you know.
It's a very hard video, and I started making this over a week ago, and then I got sick, as you know, and but it's just something. It was such a powerful video on the day that I watched it that I transcribed it.
I literally was sitting on the runway on a plane when the live popped up, and I was like, and I was trying to watch as much of it as I can. I was like hiding my phone while they were doing the taking off checks and stuff to see, you know, until my signal went, you know. So I didn't see the end part of it. But I just hope that we can. I think getting as many testimonies from these like second and third gens or whatever, and try to, you know, put it all to Parliament and just try again. That's all we can do, I think. And just
that's right.
Yeah, you know, it needs to be done.
And continue bringing the truth, not the story or the sanitized version that Rinda and Marty Rathbun were able to spin back in 2010. We're being really, really told by Miriam's discovery of this article how influential they were at stopping Australia going ahead with that tax. Can you say that tax again? That
the bloody oh, Jesus, we've forgotten
the charity thing. The charity public
thingamabob. Public. No, I don't know. I just want to say, I'm really, really sorry, everyone. I didn't know it was going to be like this, and I haven't put a trigger warning. So, Furious Knitter, I'm so sorry. Is there going to be anything else like that? Those words, kind of.
No, that's pretty much.
That was the worst of it.
Well, I think so. But look, I did trigger warning at the beginning because I would normally, if it was that bad, I would probably put trigger warning on the thumbnail, you know, as well. Just but yeah, so we'll make sure we do that next time. I didn't see the end of this video, so I had no idea. So I do apologize. And please do what you need to do to take care of yourself. It's heavy stuff. But like you say, I think, you know, the government does need to hear, and child protection, or just everyone, you know. You know, they need to know. So I'm going to keep playing this because Miriam's going to start talking. Anyway, I don't need to talk about what she's going to talk about. She'll talk. Let's just play.
So miss us with your BS that, if David Miscavige wouldn't have been around, then you would have been the top child abuser. So sure, you can put David at the very top of the pyramid like a cherry on top. That dwarf can be up there. But then all his enablers were right behind him, which includes all the Scientology executives and includes all the Scientology parents that donated kids to this criminal racketeering child trafficking conspiracy. And it's not by mistake. It's by design that this happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
you have the perpetrators of crime reveling in the motivation to commit the crime, still believing that the motivation to commit the crime is valid. And these are the people, 2010. I mean, Mike Rinder said, I gave all I gave all my documents to the FBI in 2010 for their investigation. Okay, but then you look at the fucking article that's on his website from 2010 and you understand what his mindset was: protect Scientology at all costs. The person that has to be destroyed is David Miscavige. End of. That was the system that he was operating on. He and Marty Rathbun were in the ears of the people that were in that hearing to bring the public benefits test that could have affected major change, sabotaged it from the inside, because this is what the attitude that he had. This is evidence, this clear evidence. This is what his mindset was during these very, monumental, pivotal actions in Australia and America. I mean, like having the FBI actively investigating Scientology is a huge deal. It's a huge deal. Having a senator standing up and wanting to bring an inquiry into Scientology, we haven't seen that in a long time. And these are the things that we need to kind of get back to. Hopefully we'll get these opportunities again in future and realize like what has happened, what has taken place, that the key players who we thought were advocating for us were in fact not doing that. They were covering up their own crimes and still in that mindset of that everything was okay, everything is justified, because they were all having a religious experience and they were continuing
because
to
the
have
methodologies of L. Ron Hubbard couldn't have been more useful and amazing and wonderful. And no, the methodologies of L. Ron Hubbard were deranged, disgusting materials that are indefensible on their face.
Yeah.
At face value, you couldn't defend that with a straight face today. You couldn't defend that to us, the kids that know what in the hell y'all were really doing inside of the hotels.
Yeah.
It's this.
Yeah. I'll just pause it because it's just big. It's just big.
It's heavy stuff, man.
Yeah, it is heavy.
Dusty. Sorry. Hey, Dusty. How you going?
Hey, Dusty.
Thanks for popping in. Yeah. Do you want to do a couple of starred comments?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah?
Look, I think that's about all I've got anyway.
Yeah. Hi, Fuzzy Pink Handcuffs. How you going? So we got Power Lies to Paralyze. He always had words of wisdom to say. Like communism, Scientology looks good on paper, but once people are added in, the atrocities begin. Hubbard knew this, so the romanticizing the tech was to a time when it worked is total BS on Rathbun's part. Yeah. You can't blame it all on Miscavige. It was shit before. It was twisted before. And the other one. So this one. So the court can't investigate religious beliefs in the USA. I'm not sure how that stands in Australia. So in the USA, even if they are suspicious that there are illegal activities going on inside a religion, the government can't investigate it. Is that the case? Because they should be able to do something. I did ask GPT, and it says, yes, the Australian government can investigate Scientology or any other organization if there are concerns about its practices or if there is a suspicion of illegal activity. Investigations could be conducted by various government bodies, such as the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission, the ACCC, for consumer protection issues, which seems weird for a religion. I don't know. It's not I don't know. Anyway, that's what it says. Or other relevant authorities if there are concerns related to criminal activity or compliance with regulations. In the past, there have been investigations and legal scrutiny involving Scientology in Australia, especially related to its practices and financial dealings. For example, there have been inquiries into allegations of misconduct or illegal activities associated with the Church of Scientology. If new concerns arrive or there is evidence suggesting that the organization is engaged in unlawful activities, the government could initiate further investigations. So, Yeah, that's what Chat GPT says, but we'll see. That's what we're hoping for. That's what we have started being a voice down under, and yeah, it's a big kind of realization as well that it did start in Australia, didn't it? The whole
Yes.
changing it to a religion happened here
Yeah.
because of what
Yeah.
happened here.
And then it
Yeah.
folded out into the world. Like that's their declaration at the beginning of their video sort of sums that up, but it happens fast in a speech. Yeah.
Yeah. And they are still covering up their own crimes. Yes. And it would be great to have some recent day stuff as well, people that have recently got out. I mean, the most recent one I know of is Jason Horvatic, but he's gone underground. I think he's really struggling. He's only been out like, I don't even know if it's 2 years, but possibly 2.
Yeah.
2 years it must be. And he's been really struggling with it. So he was on YouTube, then he went to Patreon, and now he's just disappeared off the earth. So he's doing his thing. But apart from that, I don't know of any more recent ones. Hopefully some people will, see what we're doing. I mean, the whole point of what I've come to the movement, I've come to call it the voice down under, is to be welcoming and to let them know that we are SPs, we're safe people, and please contact us. Please come and speak out. We've got places for you to stay. We're decent people. We're not scary SPs. We're not suppressive people. We're the opposite, and we really want to be here for you and try and take this down, stop this happening. It's not acceptable. It's not acceptable in Australia, and it's not acceptable anywhere else.
That's right.
So,
that's right.
Yeah.
Let's. I wanted Miriam to have the final word of the clips that I got, and I really like her shout out this. I don't know if we did listen to this before, but let's do it again if we did.
Yeah. Okay. Gotta love Miriam. I miss her.
Talking about our stories and talking about what the real problems are and what are the continued impacts to children that they're continue to experience today, and the efforts to put a stop to that harm. So it really requires the masses to get behind it, not just Senator Xenophon and Carmen Rayner, not just Brian Seymour, and you know what I mean. Like it's gonna have to take thousands of people crying out for the same thing, demanding. There's the book 1985 by George Orwell. There's a line in there. It's like the power is with the proles, which is basically to say the power is with the people. And the thing is that the people have to wake up and realize that the power is with them. And when you can get a movement that's heading towards being, I think we're going to get stronger and stronger, and we can get louder and louder. And there's power in that. The power is with the people. The power is with us.
I love that. I really
right?
words for that. It's
she sings into words so beautifully, She's like I say, I miss her. Sorry about my awful typing. Thanks for everyone else who's joined us. We've got Kibi Karen AU. We have Jen Hack, Cricket Cinema, Stooky 6. Oh yes, I could put a trigger warning along the scroll along the bottom. Yes. Okay, I'll remember that next time. Sorry, I probably didn't hear you saying it was that bad, Ree. You know what I'm like. I scroll read and I scroll listen due to my ADHD. So next time, like really go to look at me, listen to what I'm saying. Trigger warning. Make sure you put a trigger warning. Sorry, guys.
And I guess too, people will, as my channel continues to grow, that subject matter of abuse and people in recovery is going to be high on my agenda, given my background. So
Yeah. You have to put it on your channel description.
I'm going to get a trigger warning thing for my channel too.
Yeah, you can have it as your background. Trigger warning. Yeah.
Now, I love what's happening in the world with all the different protests and what's going on around the world. And I want to play one other video that's not actually related. I'm just putting this on you at the last
Is it something
minute.
a bit happier?
I'm much happier, much happier.
I think we need it.
Now, I was showing this about many years ago, probably when it was first released, 7 years ago. This is from a TED talk, and I was showing this in my profession, and I think it is very relevant to the SPTV community. So let's enjoy this together.
So ladies and gentlemen, at TED, we talk a lot about leadership and how to make a movement. So let's watch a movement happen, start to finish, in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons from it. First, of course, you know, a leader needs the guts to stand out and be ridiculed. But what he's doing is so easy to follow. So here's his first follower with a crucial role. He's going to show everyone else how to follow. Now notice that the leader embraces him as an equal. So now it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Now there he is calling to his friends. Now if you notice that the first follower is actually an underestimated form of leadership in itself. It takes guts to stand out like that. The first follower is what transforms a lone nut into a leader. And here comes a second follower. Now it's not a lone nut, it's not two nuts, 3 is a crowd, and the crowd is news. So a movement must be public. It's important to show not just the leader, but the followers, because you find that new followers emulate the followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, and immediately after, 3 more people. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point. Now we've got a movement. So notice that as more people come in, it's less risky. So those that were sitting on the fence before now have no reason not to. They won't stand out. They won't be ridiculed, but they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. So
people running.
Over the next minute, you'll see all of the those that prefer to stick with the crowd, because eventually they would be ridiculed for not joining in. And that's how you make a movement. But let's recap some lessons from this. So first, if you are the type, like the shirtless dancing guy, that is standing alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals. Yeah. So it's clearly about the movement, not you. Okay, but we might have missed the real lesson here. The biggest lesson, if you noticed, did you catch it? Is that leadership is over-glorified. That yes, it was the shirtless guy was first, and he'll get all the credit, but it was really the first follower that transformed the lone nut into a leader. So as we're told that we should all be leaders, that would be really ineffective. If you really care about starting a movement, have the courage to follow and show others how to follow. And when you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first one to stand up and join in. And what a perfect place to do that at TED. Thanks.
He's a lone nut. He's gorgeous.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a cult I'd like to be in anyway. Having a booty.
It reminds me of William Good, you know, last November, and he's standing outside Hollywood, and then we get Jessica, and then we get Chris, Confident Chris, and then in August this year, Miriam, many others, we were in Melbourne, and we're just following the lone nut, you know. Sorry, streets. And it's great. A movement has happened, whether we're a group or not. It's not relevant. A movement is happening, and newspapers around the world are writing about it, and change is on its way, and it's great, exciting times.
Yes. And we've got some exciting behind the scenes stuff that we can't talk about at the moment as well. Which I'm not saying anything because I find it very hard to keep surprises. So, but yeah, we've got some stuff going on, and we hope that it's going to be something big and effective. So, yeah, that's all I can say at this point. And it's definitely okay to be a different sheep in the herd. The black sheep, you know, I don't think I was a black sheep in the family, but one of my sisters would probably think she's a black sheep, but my mum said she was a black sheep. Like, who cares? Like, define normal. Normal's boring. It's all good. Does anyone has any questions or would like to say anything, or yeah, or come on and have a chat? You can have the link if you'd like to come in. you know, I like a bit of an open panel.
I do.
Denmark. Oh, hang on a minute. What did we put? Denmark government are now going to look into it there. Yes, I saw Apostate Alex's video, and Aaron did one as well. So yeah, quite a few politicians are on board. Who was it who named some politicians earlier? I want to see. We're contacting some politicians, journalists, stuff like that. We might actually at some point do a petition, but we do. If there's anyone who wants to add testimonials or anything like that, you know, get in touch. I will put the. Hang on. Do you know? I don't know your email address, Ree. What's your email address?
It's Ree's connecting
with the Z.
At gmail.com.
Okay. I'll put both of our email addresses at the bottom of the screen. Hang on one second. Yeah, if you want to get in touch with any of us, go on, do it. What's it doing? There we go. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. That's about Africa. What happened there? That's not what it was earlier. Ah, geez. All right, I'll just delete that, put that on. Okay, if anyone wants to get in touch with me or Ree about any of the issues we've ever talked about, or just to say good day, or if you'd like to do a collaboration or anything, just email us. There are email addresses. And we'd love to hear from you. Yeah, let's see what else we got here. So, yeah, somebody else said a couple of politicians' names on there. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, Jen, tell us what are the protest rules? Are they similar to Sydney? Do you need a permit? I think because I know Sydney is stricter than WA and Melbourne. I think Victoria. So Victoria, Melbourne, I think South Australia, they're all kind of the same. Oh, Serge! Oh my God, Serge is here. Yeah.
Who's here?
Oh, it's so
thanks, Serge.
Come and pop in and say hello if you can. Oh my God, if I had you on one of my live streams, I would just die. Join us, darling, if you can. That'd be amazing. Yeah. So we're going to
the words are really powerful, and I really wanted to do a tribute to that video you made with Miriam.
Yeah.
Because it really stood out and affected me deeply when I saw it. It's just taken me a bit to get to it.
Yeah. No, it's Serge, you always say it with just the way you articulate things is just amazing. So deep, so powerful. So you definitely it needs to be there needs to be more people like you speaking out, and I don't even know how to put things into words. I just get really I'm fangirling.
I feel that it's important sometimes to introduce people to his words, because they're not going to come across him. And there's many other creators' words but Serge's in particular, because he can articulate things that have been left unsaid. And out of the history books for the 74 years. It's been happening for all that time, but he's articulating what hasn't been said. And it's so vital that we listen to it and get people that are important to hear that message, so that the protection can be inserted for the children that are currently still in those rooms.
Yeah. We need to sort of continue putting their voices out there and getting more people on board. Like Miriam says, it will grow, hopefully. That's my goal anyway. I'm trying to spread it around as much as I can. I put up it was strangely I put up a bit of a different subject, but I put up a video on TikTok with Brian Seymour, just him having a scuffle with the Osagoons outside.
Yes.
And I got like over 50,000 views on it.
Wow.
And I don't know why it was that particular video, but I'm thinking, God, what hashtag did I use? Because if we could get all of it out there like that would be crazy.
Yeah, that would be.
Yes, you guys amplify our message and give us the oxygen. 74 years. Yeah, no more kids in Scientology.
Yeah.
That's our goal, man. It's so it's sickening. It is sickening. And it just, thinking of my son going through a minuscule of what you guys have been through, it just it's I can't even talk about it. I'll get upset. But
I find also an extra part of the horrendous nature of what we've talked about in particular tonight is that the second and third generation children, adult children they are now, have been so gaslit by the older generation, being told that their story isn't worth telling, and the way Miriam was able to throw back to that 2010 piece of writing and say, my God, they internally sabotaged. They literally got to a person who and she changed her statement because of interference from Marty and Mike Rinder, on the day of a hearing. That kind of it's like a secondary abuse. Like you get the primary abuse is the events that went on when they were in Scientology, but then there's the added turmoil of being re-hurt by not being believed, being certain people have big media platforms so they can spread a narrative, and now we're doing that narrative. We're no longer looking for Shelley Miscavige. We're actually screaming out that there's vulnerable people, the children cannot consent, and the elderly are being wasted away in their imprisoned. It's the vulnerable communities of the Scientology people. They need help. They need authorities to actively go in and do psychological welfare checks on their safety, because the doctrine itself is so unsafe. Crazy.
Sorry, I'm just having some of Captain Davies' delicious tears. It gets me through it. Why some people is people, especially states where it was outlawed for a bit, think it's gone. Others, it's so small because there's so many other cults. And this is what I come across, especially I can't remember where it was, but somebody's like, oh yeah, well, there's only 1,600 members in Australia. This is when I was trying to get some momentum and movement and trying to get people to join us in the Melbourne protest. And that's what I got. It was like, oh, it's only small. There's bigger cults. I kept getting there's bigger cults. There's cults that are worse. And it's like, well, I've always tried to be a voice for the people that do get left behind, because they matter too. They matter too.
And T, when we were standing there, T, I was standing next to you and Miriam, and a man had gone in and picked up a teenage child. The teenage child was sitting in the front of the car, maybe a 13 to 14-year-old, possibly. And as they drove out, like he had this stare straight ahead, wouldn't look at any of us. And I just welled with tears in me.
Was that when I cried as well, I think? Or was that, I think I cried the first kid I saw. I think I must have been the first kid. It's,
And
and yeah.
if it's happening to one person, the setup, and I've said this on a show with you before, T, just the setup alone of the auditing of having a child in a locked room that they cannot leave of their own will.
Yeah. That's
the
not okay.
psychological damage of that alone, whether it's a religion or a bloody, it doesn't matter what it is, that needs to be stopped, because it's so threatening to a child's safety, and as Serge rightly points out, their parents are not going to be protecting them from that because they believe in this ridiculous doctrine. Their eyes are blinded to the damage.
Yeah. No, Serge, no thanks needed, mate. I mean, I wish there were people that were saying the same stuff as you back when Xenophon was, trying to get the inquiry launched and everything. But, we're here now and you're here and we're just going to try again, I'm here. I'm not going anywhere until.
No, I was actually.
I know I've done every possible thing I can do. With the help of these lovely, beautiful group of people I've met in Australia. And that's the thing as well. Actually, somebody said that people think that it's gone. That 60 Minutes and things, they haven't been reporting on it as much very often. So a lot of people, like I said, that video that I got like 52k hits on. People were going, Scientology's still in Australia. A lot of people were saying, what, they're still here, or they're in America, and I was like, no, actually they're not, they're still here, so and
it's important. I was saying to you, I was saying to we are just getting started. I was saying to you, T, today that I'm planning, and I've put it out on Facebook, I'm planning to go to the org on Thursday before 2. And I'll live stream. I'm going to hook up with you, T, so that we can do a stream from the Melbourne org again, and just just get our feet out there again as often as possible.
I'll see if I can get down to mine on Thursday as well. I'll get down to Perth org and we can stream from orgs together. I just have a lady here at the bottom. We've got Terry. Should we see who Terry is? Hello, she's nodding. I'll just add her to the stage.
G'day. How you going?
Hi, Terry. How you going?
I'll just tell you a little bit about my background. I've known about Scientology since I was about 16 or 17. I was doing an apprenticeship and went to Ultimo Tech and got, thinking it was another student at the tech, doing a survey, and got in there when I was about that age. I'm not into Scientology, but getting all the information sent. You get daily letters, daily phone calls. It took years and years and years, and an inspector of police to finally get me off their list.
Wow.
But I'm in Sydney and I want to protest, but at my age, I don't think I should do it on my own. But
we're here. We're planning on coming over to Sydney, and we're here, and we'd love to accommodate that.
I'm actually going to Miami in a couple of weeks, so I'm going to go over there.
Wow. Okay. Are you going on the cruise?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Oh wow. Okay. I haven't seen you before. I haven't seen your name before.
I'm Koala Crafts. Koala Crafts.
You're Koala Crafts. Yeah, sorry, because it's a different name that came up. Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's going to be amazing.
So I'm going over for that. And actually, that actually really turned out well, because I was going over to see friends in Texas. And it was actually a week, I think a week after the cruise. So I've just extended my holiday. So go to Miami and go on the cruise. So
nice. Do you know how many people are going at this point?
No, I have no idea. I know there was 36 at one point, but then when Reese and Tommy backed out,
they backed out.
It was reduced. Yeah, they're not going now. So they got a lot of bad emails and things like that. So they're not doing it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Probably the jesters threatening them or something. Gonna turn up and ruin the party.
Yeah. But another thing I also wanted to do too is, if anybody wants to get out in Sydney, out of Scientology, I can always be a pickup.
Yeah.
I can go and pick them up and take them where they want to go and all that sort of thing. I'm prepared
Yeah.
to do just about anything, but just not. I don't think the protesting would be good on my own at my age.
Yeah, no, I mean,
So-
that's why I don't get out to Perth Org very often, because I don't want to go on my own. I don't have much childcare for my son.
Yeah.
I don't have any family here or anything,
I'm
so that's
past
why
that.
I'm sort of yeah, I'm limited. Yeah. Well, you know, and even people that can't come and protest, we say that we want to carry their words for them, and we'll make a sign
Yeah.
for them and carry what they
Yeah.
want to say. You know, so
Yep.
but yeah, we'd love to have you come and protest with us. We are planning
Yeah.
on we are going to go to Sydney at some point. It's
Hopefully
so
not when the
for
cruise is
me,
on.
I mean, if
and when
these
I'll be
guys can
away.
go without me, but it's cost a lot for me to fly over to Sydney. You know, it's about
Oh,
$600.
yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't
it's
get
so
back till the 1st of November, I think it is, because I'm cruising home from
okay.
Hawaii. So
All right,
I
okay.
won't get home till the 1st of
Oh,
November.
Hawaii.
So
Yeah.
any time after that's fine.
Okay, all
Um,
right, yeah.
But
Well,
I've just sent you
we'll,
an email. So
yes, yeah. You've got our emails down the bottom there. Yeah, email us anytime.
yeah, I've just
Yeah,
sent
we'd
you
love
one
to.
so I can be on a list for
Oh, okay.
Sydney.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you can give
yeah.
that. You can get
That
that.
would be
Give that email to anybody else in Sydney if they want to protest, and we can all hook up together. That'd be great.
yeah. Well, are you on Facebook at all?
Yeah, under my name.
Okay, yeah.
Ah.
So if you add me on Facebook, we've got like a protest chat that we can add you to, so you can meet
Okay.
everyone. And yeah,
Okay, not a problem.
yeah. But I haven't even
Okay.
started making a list for Sydney yet, because I've just had so many projects going on. But I will get onto that. Yeah.
What's
probably
your name on
tomorrow.
Facebook? What's your name on
It's
Facebook?
Perth Scientology Audit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I'm
No
All
problem.
right.
and I'm Ree Pritchard.
You're all on
I know
Terry
that's not
Southwell, so
funny,
I
but I
mean.
just wanted to say it.
Yeah. All right.
So,
Shall I take you off?
yeah.
Shall I take you off then,
Yep.
Terry?
Yep.
Yep.
Thank
All right.
you.
All right. Lovely to meet you.
Terry.
You
Okay.
too.
Lovely.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, I love it when people pop in. Hey,
Oh,
we
and
can
it's
participate and watch.
fantastic because there's people interested in Australia and coming out with us as we develop our protest.
yeah. Yeah. And Afila, hello. Lovely to see you in here. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we've got 23 people in at the moment, and I think we're I don't know what we're going to talk about now. We're kind of done, aren't we?
I'm about done, really. Like I'm about
Well, what
session,
time is
like,
it? It's 11 o'clock at night for you, isn't it? And it's 9 o'clock for
yeah,
me. Yeah. But
yeah.
no, I just want to keep doing. I think we're doing a great job, and we need to just keep doing what we're doing. Get more
Yeah.
momentum, get more people on board. You know, but it's not going to happen overnight. But we can just keep doing what we're doing. And like Serge just said, we're just getting started. 100%. Awesome. And I know Nora wants to come down under, and we said we both
That's
put her and her wife up. You know, imagine if she
Yeah.
came down, that would be amazing. Yeah, we need more people down here.
Yeah.
Make some noise. Yeah. Lisa P, you're going to go to bed, are you? I need to put my son to bed. Saturday night. Yeah. So unless anyone's got any more questions or anything, I might have a little look through the comments. Good morning, Wendy. Oh yes. So yeah, that's another idea. Koala Crafts, if you're still there. I think it's SPTV. So I think Nora is actually the coordinator for the volunteers. So anyone that has got a space or can do pickups or whatever, maybe apply to be a volunteer. You know, if my situation was a little bit easier, I would. Well, I mean, if I was outside Norg, someone came running out screaming and said, "Help me!" Obviously, I'm going to take them home and give them somewhere to stay. You know, but I might apply actually. Might see what I can do. Definitely. Yes. You've been the voice of the children for so long. You should be so proud of how far your voice has traveled. Yeah. All over to the other side of the planet. And yeah, we're going to try. So I think if I'm right, please correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's Auditors Day, not next Sunday, but the Sunday after, because it's the second Sunday of every September. So I think it's in a couple of weeks' time. So I'm thinking I might go down to Perth Org then.
Lovely.
Yeah. Let's get down there, ruin their day. Well, because we don't want a bloody Auditors Day. We're going to have an anti-Auditors Day because that is the root of it all, isn't it? It's just everything can be fixed with auditing. Everything can be fixed with auditing.
I think I might need to go into the Melbourne Scientology on Auditors Day. Might need just a little visit.
Go in. You're going to go and see if you can get a tour.
Oh, I don't know that I could do it. Having been there with you.
What are they going to do? They just tell you to leave and you leave. That's it, you know. They'd have to go through their folder of SPs first, but that's the thing about if you keep it on the down low and you don't announce when you're going, then you can catch them by surprise. That's what I love. I love doing that. So yeah. Just loads of love for Serge. We love you so much, man. You're a freaking legend. We want to make it. We're going to make a dent, you know. We'll take them down. That's what we want to do ultimately.
I remember sometime last year when Aaron was talking about SPTV, and I think there were 30 channels at one point. And I wanted to start a channel way back then, but I was so unwell I couldn't have. And but I was watching everything because you could see it building. You know, you could just see town after town and protest a new person after new person. And it's a dream that I'm here and I feel part of it. My small, I'm part of it, and I want to be on this side of history. Protecting the vulnerable voice. Yeah, absolutely. We'll do everything we can. Okay, I think we're gonna have to call it a day, aren't we? How long have we been going? We're going just over an hour. Yep, sounds good to me. I'm ready for a wrap
up. I'm just trying to see if there's any comments. I haven't read that book yet, this book, Steve Kinane, and I really want to read it. I've watched a lot of his stuff, like a big long interview on YouTube, and it's so interesting. Oh, Dundas, they had a property in Dundas in Sydney, which is really brutal RPF. Yeah, it's not closed; it's actually been renovated, and that's where they've built a silent birthing unit. So when I come over to Sydney, I don't know if it's still the RPF. I would have thought the RPF would be up the hill in Chatswood. I don't know. Is it Chatswood or Chatsworth? Chatswood.
Wood, yeah.
I think Wood, yeah. I would have thought it might be up there out because I don't know. I just feel like it's up on a hill, and it might. Do you know what I mean? Away from people, because but yeah, it still belongs to them, and it's still going, and it has Taiwanese staff in it. We've had people ringing up, and Taiwanese staff have answered. There's a lot of Taiwanese recruitment going on, and that's the other thing as well. I want to try and produce some kind of like just some literature, some leaflets, to educate people on cult awareness and stuff. You know, because I don't know. There's not really much in Australia like a like I know, like in the UK, they have a thing called Cult Busters, you know, where they'll go and check a place out, and they're like a non-profit. They'll go somewhere, investigate it and everything, and then if they see stuff, they'll report it. You know, there doesn't seem to be any of that going on. And I think that, you know, leaflets are always a good thing, especially to hand out at certain events next to certain stalls. Just an idea, you know? Yeah. So, you know, like you go down the markets and you see them down there with their bloody truth about drugs. I still haven't. I've got my truth about cults thingamabob, my booklet finished now. I just need to take it to the printers and see if it's legal. So I'll take down a copy of the truth about drugs, and then I'll take down a copy, like all my files for the truth about cults, because it does look similar, and see if it passes the requirements for the printing. And if it does, then we're off. Oh, James Steele, hello. Always a gent. Oh my God, two fab-looking, beautiful, intelligent, and interesting ladies. Thank you, James. Always a pleasure to see you. But we're going now. Yes, truth about cults. Have you seen it, Ophila? I don't know. Shall I just bring it up quickly? Because I'm quite proud of it.
Please do.
I think I've only got like the front cover. I haven't, like, it's on my Facebook. Oh, it's on my old one. How can I show it? Actually, I emailed it to Poe. So if I get my email up, sorry, bear with me, guys. Ree, can you talk crap while I do it? While I find it?
I was saying to someone tonight that I'm wanting to develop just a small little business side card or something that I can pop in to letterboxes around Ascot Vale, so that if they see any Dianetics tables out, that they've got a contact number that they can call to let me know where they are. So if anyone has anything like that they've already heard of that's developed, please let me know and email me. It's on the screen.
Oh, I think if you go to SIFS, so SIFS, Cult Information something, they've got some things on there that I think I've lined up to be printed out. So yeah, have a look for that, Ree. SIFS.
Cool, I will.
Yeah. Oh God, where is it? Sorry, guys. Oh my goodness, I can't see any with attachments on it.
I love the filler. That's a great idea. Yeah, like street sign for the Zero Dark one. That's quite funny. Street.
Oh my God, when you need to find something and you can't find it. Ay. Oh, I don't know. That's annoying. Sorry, guys. I can't find it. I've just gone through all my emails to Poe and there's none with attachments. That's frustrating. Have I got it saved on this computer? I might have it saved on this computer. Oh, God. Ree, you have to talk to them.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and I'm talking.
I hate silence.
Considering I talk most of the show.
I know, sorry, mate. It was your show tonight, wasn't it? I was just following you, I think.
Yeah, we're a little, yeah.
I got some funny memes. David Miscavige. We could put them up. No, don't get distracted. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on. They've got to be here somewhere. Oh my goodness. I've got so much crap on this computer. So many projects. I haven't even started on Scientology in India yet. I'm doing Africa at the moment. I actually spoke to the guy. I don't know if anyone. Oh, here we go. Truth about cults. I don't know if anyone's heard me talking about briefly talking about a scam that's been going on in Uganda. I spoke to the man in Uganda today, which was interesting. Okay, right. So this is the front cover. Screen share. Where is it? Window. Here we go. Oops. Is it in there? Did I do it? No. There we go. That's the front cover.
Right. Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, that's great.
I don't know if I've got the other ones. Let me just check, see if I've got any of the other ones. Because I've done about, oh yeah, here we go. So I've got, can you see that?
Great. Yep, the bite model, great.
The bite model, manipulated into joining. So like information on how people are. Oh, there's a typo there. All right, I'll have to go through that. Yeah, so, and why do they join? Characteristics. I think I need to slim it down a bit. It's a lot of information. But yeah, maybe just do like 4 pages or something. There's more characteristics. I just wanted to make sure I get all the characteristics in, you know? So if someone's reading through it, you know, they'll be like, what is a cult? Yeah, actually there's a lot of that's like a if you look at the Truth About Cults booklet, I think it's a lady like a drug addicted lady on the front, you know. Why was this booklet produced? Oh no, that's the okay. I think that's the end of that. I don't know what's going to come up next, so I'm not going to press next because anything could pop up. But yeah, I'm hoping like, so if I get the all clear from the printers, I'm hoping to, what I'll do is I'll put it on what do you call it, a Google Drive or whatever, and make that shareable so anyone can download it and print it off. And but it's just I can't work out how to do double-sided printing. It's you know.
Yeah.
And those pages actually fit so you've got 2 pages. So it'd be 4 pages on one sheet of A4, if you know what I mean. The booklet's
Yes.
open 2 pages and then 2 pages, and then you've got to match it up on the other side of the and it's just too much. So I can't handle it. So I'm going to take it down to the print shop and see if they can put it into like a file properly for me and all of that, and then I can just I'll make it shareable. I'll put it up on my community tab and people can download it and hand them out. Yeah. And I think on the back I might leave it blank on the back so people can add their own places to go to. Obviously I'll put the SPTV Foundation, I'll put the Aftermath Foundation, and then I've got like a local sort of Australian, you can put like, I don't know, Lifeline, things like that, places that can, places to go for help and stuff. So yeah. It's one of those things that I've been needing to do. My son's still not going to school. He went on Friday. He said he's going to go next week, so we'll see. He's having a few problems at school, but yeah, he'll be right. Which singer is also good? Oh God, here we go with your jokes, James. Which singer is also great at fixing stuff? Shawn Mendes. James, don't ever stop with your jokes. I absolutely adore them. I love it. Oh, speaking of said child, here he comes. Hey. Stop talking about me. You've got ears like a donkey, mate. How did you hear me?
Ears like a donkey.
Opens the door. Oh, mind your own business. Oh, come here then. Here's the hug. Look, we've got 23 people watching. You get an eyeball. Bless him. All right, go on. I'm gonna log off now. It's all good. I'll come and pay some attention to you. Put you to bed.
No.
Yeah. What was it somebody wrote earlier? Be seen and not heard. No, I think isn't that such a mean thing they used to say to kids during back in the old days? Be seen and not heard. Why have kids then? Don't have kids if you don't want to hear them. They make noise, and that's okay. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to bugger off now. I'm going to put my beautiful son to bed, and
No, you're not.
I bloody well am. Here he comes again. Go, stop earwigging. You bugger off.
No.
Yeah. Fine, he says. All right. See? Mum knows best. Anyway, we're going to go. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It was lovely to speak to you all. And I'm glad it sort of cheered up at the end because that was heavy. That was a heavy topic, heavy descriptions and things like that. Yeah, but it needs to be said. It does need to be said. Yes.
Yep,
So, yes. And we're going to keep saying it. We're not going to shut up until something happens. So, yeah. But yeah, feel free to email us if you want to, any suggestions, if you want us to talk about anything, a certain topic or whatever, or just anything, just to say hello, email us. All right. So good night, everyone. And yeah, goodbye. I hate saying goodbye.
Yeah.
All right. See you later. We'll see you.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh my God, this child. All right. I'll see you later.
No.
I'm going to click it. I'm going to click it. Bye.
No.